This video is brought to you by no one, because I don't have any sponsors. This video is going to be more of a rant, because I really just want to talk about it, but it will make more sense if you've actually seen the movie. But if you haven't, I bet you could probably enjoy me getting frustrated. So, Minority Report, what a movie. I don't even know what to say about it. I know you longtime viewers are expecting a very thought out and well-structured video, but this movie just hurts my brain whenever I try to think about it. So I'm just going to talk about it with no point, so enjoy. Minority Report is one of the most confusing movies I've ever seen in my life. Not because of the plot or anything, it's actually pretty easy to follow, but because I'm not really sure what this movie is trying to be. The main star is Tom Cruise, so you would expect it to be a Tommy action movie. But no, it's actually directed by Steven fucking Spielberg. Yeah, that one. So it's a Spielberg movie. Well, yes and no, because what type of Spielberg movie are we talking about here? In my personal opinion, I'd have to say it's like an 80s Steven Spielberg movie, like Indiana Jones, but, and that's a big but, it's also a futuristic sci-fi movie, and let's not forget, it's basically a whodunit, but everyone knows who done it, so it's kind of like a fugitive type movie. So there's a lot going on here. And it was also made in 2002, which really fucking sent me when I learned that. It's like this is a movie from the 80s, but it's not. It's like it's a Tom Cruise action movie, but it's not. It's like a sci-fi movie, but it's not. It's not enough of any of them to actually be one of those things, so it's just kind of teasing you the whole time, you know, giving you a little half chub and never actually finishing the job. Then there's the fucking plot of the movie. I get that Tommy Boy is the hero, the main character, the protagonist, but who's the villain of the movie? Is it Alexander the Great here? Is it this old fuck who I can't remember the name of? Or is it the system itself? Society versus man, a tale as old as time. I have no fucking clue. Total Recall here is chasing our boy Tom, but like in the context of the story, it makes complete sense. He is literally just doing his job. But then when he realizes things aren't making sense, he stops and tries to solve it. But then he gets fucking offed, so I wouldn't really say that he's the villain. Rant time. There's a little plot hole. This bitch right here, the head triplet, the leader, who honestly kind of looks like the girl from Mad Men and Handmaid's Tale. Anyways, she's been laying in this syrup for like 6 years, and then Tom comes and gets her out, and then she's forced to run around and get away. And sure, she's slow and can barely walk, but here's the thing. She shouldn't be able to move, like, even remotely. She's been laying here for years, not moving. All of the muscles in her body should be non-existent. But nope, she's a fucking track star. This is, of course, unless the police force were exercising the drugged up bodies of these three things. The movie even says not to think of them as people.
It's better if you don't think of them as human.
So I seriously doubt that they were doing baby exercises with them while they were laying around, but she's all good to walk around the mall. It kind of bugged me. Okay, rant over. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, the characters. There's the old chief, this creepy motherfucker, Tom's wife, Neil McDonough, who's like one of my favorite actors that's not really a big name. I like him.
He's a righteous dude.
Who else is in this movie? The eye guy, Peter Stormare, which brings me to the most pointless part of the movie, the spidery hotel scene. But for those of you who are fake Tom Cruise fans, let me give you the 411.
What is the 411?
So in the future, they can scan your eyes as a way of ID. But since Tom here is a wanted criminal because these three freaks think that he's going to kill someone in the future. Oh yeah, the plot.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
So in the future, there's this thing called pre-crime because these human batteries can apparently predict the future, but only if someone is being murdered. And only if it's like 20 minutes beforehand. And Tom here is basically the big dog. And that is until they predict that he's going to kill someone. So he goes on the run and now you're all caught up.
Everything sucks. You're all caught up.
Fuck, there is really just no order to this video. Anyways, what was the point of that? Oh yeah, the scene where he gets eye fucked. Since Socks here is a wanted criminal, his eyes would give him away. So he goes to this guy that he knows because he's a cop and he knows some shady people. He goes to him to get new eyes. And this entire sequence is just disgusting. Like, it's dirty. You'll watch it and you'll feel like you need to take a shower after. Like you can actually get a disease just from watching it.
Disgusting!
Like, This part where he's actually getting the new eyes, I have no problem with, besides the fact that I just don't like it, especially making me watch this person consume this. But in terms of the narrative, it's fine. Makes sense. He needs new eyes. He's got to get away, so he comes here. Perfectly fine. My beef is what comes next. The 5-0 show up for some reason. Then they send these spy kid looking things in to invade some personal privacy. There's this whole thing about the cops having heat sources and Tommy trying to hide in the tub. But the spiders get in and they want his eyes. They need to scan them. And since it's taking so long to scan this unknown guy, the main cops are about to barge in to check him themselves. Now, it should be stated that the eye pirate told Tom not to open his eyes before 12 hours or he would go blind. And all of this tactical violation of the Fourth Amendment is before the 12 hours are up. It all ends with Rain Man opening his eyes to get scanned and then the cops just leave. And that's it. What was the fucking point of all of that? Nothing happened. Nothing changed. And here's a little spoiler. He does not go blind later in the movie. So why even mention it?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Am I jumping all over the place from point to point? Yes, I am. But do I care? No, I don't. Okay, what to talk about next? Let's go with the ending. To sum up, again, Grandpa Time here is the one who founded the pre-crime division and is responsible for the slugs along with this bitch, but she's not important. As it turns out, sometimes they don't all see the same thing or they see something that they've already seen, and either way, it basically gets deleted and doesn't go to Emily Blunt's boy. This is what we would call a minority report. Do you get it? However, no one knows that these minority reports are happening, just the old man and this bitch, but again, she's not important. So after the slugs spit out the fact that the mummy is gonna kill someone and he goes on the run, he goes to this bitch's house, who again, isn't that important. Then she tells him about the minority reports and he gets slightly upset about the fact that he could have been arresting innocent people, which, let's be clear, is all of them, since they never actually committed any crimes. So then he goes and gets the head slug, but I've already complained about that part. The point is that he believes that his report is one of the minority reports, but it's not. The minority report is actually this one that's old as fuck. It was shown earlier in the movie, but I couldn't be bothered, but now since I have to be bothered, yay. It's shown to the outsider there and he gets confused, but later he figures out that it's the head slug's mother being murdered, and in the exact same way that's shown here, but since it's the same, it gets trashed, a minority report. So he got away with murder even in the pre-crime era. And if you're really paying attention, you'll realize this is why Ethan Hunt was framed to kill, because he was given the clues to solve the crime. Also, this is why my boy here was offed, because, like I said earlier, he figured it out. So at this big old party where the old fuck is getting honored or something, and in case you are actually stupid, he is the murderer, Top Gun there puts the report in front of the whole crowd, which makes everyone very uncomfortable. Then there's this whole thing where they talk to each other, and then they face off and pre-crime shows up because this old man is gonna kill him, but it turns out he kills himself instead, which did the slugs not see? And then the movie basically ends. I mean, there's some wrapping up stuff, but I don't really care about any of that. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is this action scene right here. I mean, what in the actual fuck is this? This Looney Tunes cartoon 80s bullshit. This is one of the reasons why this movie confuses me so much. I mean, this and everything else I've said. But like, who is in charge of designing this scene? It reminds me of Indiana Jones, but like worse in every way and with none of the charm. It's wrong, just like this picture. I had to see it, so now I'm forcing all of you to see this crime against humanity. Okay, now I'm done. I'm tired of talking about this movie.